Good day. Welcome to Queenship's Live, and I am your host, Queenshipt. For those who don't know, Queenship is transformative, where we talk to women who are beautiful on the inside and out. Now, I wasn't going to make this long. I just had something in my mind. I had just finished watching a live. And this woman is absolutely astonishing. She's flawless. Literally, everything that she does is for flawless living. The spiritual side, the physical side, financial side, what she eats, her lifestyle, and all that type of stuff revolves around flawless living. And she just reminded me why I do what I do. Because it's not just a trend. People may, people's language makes it seem like it's short term. Even like New Year's resolutions or getting ready for the summer or even the word diet. It just makes it seem like it's short term. Like there's no intentions of making it a lifestyle. There are people who disdain vegetables. They don't like eating vegetables. There are people who don't like eating things with seeds in it. Like there's this bad taste in people's mouths when it comes to eating healthy. And it's understandable that it's because over chemicalized food, it's palatable. So palatable meaning is very tasty. It has 3, 4, 5 variety of different types of sugars in there. So your taste buds are overstimulated with these quote unquote, which is what it is. It's non-food, but we call it real food. And people call non-food real food over real food. Like salad, people would point at the Hot Pockets or pizza, which is just bread, tomato sauce, and cheese, and be like, you need some real food. And fries, just fried potatoes. Oh, you need some real food. You're not eating any substance. You're not eating any sustenance. Sustenance just means to sustain life. Your lifestyle, your eating habits don't contain anything that sustain life, that nurtures you. You're malnourished, and you call that living? Funny enough, people who the main question that healthy people get asked is, what do you eat? And they get asked that question from people who travel the world, go from restaurant to restaurant, and they may go to a different restaurant every day and travel across the world and go to restaurants in those countries and order the exact same thing. Everywhere you go, you order burgers and fries and pizza, milkshake and some soda. Everywhere you go, no matter where you go, you get the same thing. You don't diversify your palate. And you're questioning healthy people what they eat, anything other than what you eat. Which is, it's a very small bracket. Unhealthy food is a very small bracket. There's not much there. And when you cleanse your palate, the food, the non-foods is bland. There's no flavor to it. It's actually pretty horrible. It smells bad. That's after you change. That's after you cleanse your palate. Until then, you wouldn't know what you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But she wasn't just talking about diet and eating healthy. She integrated the conversation into manifestation. Because when you eat bad, your manifestation powers are stunted. When you eat dead things, so beef, even eggs is which is fetus, is a unborn child, an unborn chicken, which a lot of things have in it. Bread, cake, pasta has chicken fetus in it. It has milk in it, cow pus. All these dead things that are in your food. Dr. Leela Africa calls it your walking graveyard. You just got a lot of dead things in your stomach. Walking around with a bunch of dead stuff in your stomach. Now, mind you, depending on your blood type, your diet may consist of meat. It depends. You'd have to go check out your blood type and monitor your body. See how your body feels when you eat certain things. Some people can can stick to a vegan diet. Because it goes against the blood type. Certain things may make them sick. And I was just thinking, making sure I didn't get that wrong, vegan. So vegan is plant-based. Vegetarian is no meat, but you still eat meat byproducts. So you don't have beef, but you'll still drink milk or you eat cheese or something like that. But it'd just be easier to say plant-based diet. And then paleo diet, which is what my diet resembles, is a paleo diet. So part vegetable, part plant-based, part meat. But I've heard that we're fruitarians. Our diet is supposed to consist of all fruit. Which is not bad, you know. You got breadfruit, which you can substitute bread with. It's still fruit, but its consistency is like bread. Especially if you I think if you bake it, you're not even supposed to cook your food. You're supposed to eat your food raw. Your food is supposed to be as alive as possible. So either straight from your source, and most people don't have a forest in the backyard, or they can't go on a walk and walk across a lychee tree or a banana tree or a cherry tree. You know, there are countries where there aren't many trees. You may live in the city or whatever the case is. It's circumstantial, so you may have to go to the grocery store to get your food, which is the majority of people. And we don't know how long it's been since that food item has been away from source being a tree or the earth So like root vegetables. So the closer to the earth and the closer to the sun, the better the food item. Closer to the sun, closer to the center of the earth is the highest vibrational food items. And you have to eat life. You have to eat living things. Because these fruits and vegetables, they have life in them. I don't know if you've ever, there was this video that went around where a woman or somebody had put this, I'm not sure what it was, but they was listening to the plants. It had this high-pitched sound to it, and that was a sign, that was proof of life. And there's this camera, and I can never remember the name of this camera for the life of me, but it sees the vibration in things. I think that's what it does. It sees the vibration. It sees your aura. And the more life you eat, so the more fruits and vegetables that you eat, the more, the higher vibration that you would exist in. So your brain will be high vibe, your heart will be high vibe, your body would be in a high frequency, a high vibrational frequency, because the food that you eat is high vibrational. But if you eat a lot of dead things, if you eat a lot of processed things, then your body will be low vibrational. Now you can still function in a low vibrational state. You're not going to completely be flatlined if you eat low vibrational food. I believe if you just drop dead after eating pork or Viennas, then it will fly off the shelves. It wouldn't meaning it's gonna be restricted. Like it's not gonna be on the shelves. Nobody's gonna buy it. After EA came in, closed things, shut everything down. Same with cigarettes. If people dropped as soon as they took a puff, nobody would use it. It's too risky unless that's what you want, you know. But they'll probably sell it at a black market or something where that's where you go. If you want to just, remove yourself from the land of the living, just go buy you some pork. Buy you some Viennas, some ramen noodles, and a cigarette. And if you see somebody eating ramen noodles and a cigarette, oh man, what happened? I just don't want to be here no more. I made up my mind. No, don't do it. Don't eat ramen noodles. Don't do that to yourself. If it was immediate, people won't buy it. But because it's gradual, it may take years and you have to constantly eat these unhealthy foods because your body repairs itself. Your body is constantly trying to heal itself. When you're eating bad food, if you grew up on it, you probably would think a runny nose is normal. You probably think being sick is normal. It's not. You're not supposed to be sick. You being sick is an indication that your body's trying to fight off something that has compromised your immune system. And your body's trying to fight it off. There are some practices in the hospital that actually speed up. It's not funny. I just find irony. I just think irony is interesting. There are actually practices in the hospital that speed up the process of death. Your body's trying to fight it off, and then it's like certain practices it damages. Well, I can't go too deep into this because I have no knowledge. My knowledge isn't deep enough to properly explain this. But instead of giving you natural things, they give you artificial things. The natural things could actually help you. The artificial things help destroy you further. It may further compromise your health. And these are the type of conversations that will start arguments because nobody questions doctors. They go to school. They are the longest serving students that we know, or that I know. Doctors are the longest serving students. Nobody questions them. Nobody questions what they prescribe. Nobody questions the advice they give. Nobody questions the practices. I rarely see people question the habits. The working hours are crazy. How they handle the stresses is unhealthy. Even how they study is unhealthy. Doctors and nurses' lifestyles shouldn't be unhealthy. The hospital shouldn't even be set up in a way where there's no open windows, there's no plants. Everything on the inside of a hospital looks dead. The color, there's no color. There's no lively color in the hospital. And then the vending machine has all these snacks that I just said are chemicalized and compromise your immune system. Why would the hospital have snacks in the vending machine that compromise your immune system? Are they trying to keep you there? And there's something about LED lights that I forgot about. Something about LED lights. Somebody would have to remind me. Is either LED lights period or LED lights when after a child is born? Like a child's in darkness for 9 months and the room where babies are born have this bright LED light. Even how the hospital's set up doesn't make much sense. Even how they learn doesn't make much sense. Not to me anyways. It's like they segregate everything. They divide everything. Like they treat every single part of the body as like it's its own individual instead of looking at the body as a whole. Like you have an eye surgeon that specializes in the eyes. But the eyes are connected to other things. It's connected to the brain. There's nerves and capillary. I'm not even. There's little tiny nerves in your eyes and everything. It's attached to the back of the brain. And your brain has nerves. These nerves run throughout your whole body. Then the brain is connected to the spine. And then the brain and the heart has this symbiotic relationship. Guts connected. They say 3 brains: the brain, the heart, the stomach. And then I believe, I haven't read this anywhere or seen this anywhere, but I believe that, and it's called something. It's a fancy word, but I'm gonna call it sex organs for now. I believe that has its own brain. So the brain, the heart, the stomach, and then the sex organs have their own brain. But you gotta treat the body as a whole. You have to consider other parts of the body. They do a surgery here, but it affects this part. They give you a pill for this, but then I took a pill for my throat, but now my kidney. Now my kidneys all dried up or something like that. Took a pill for my rheum, now I'm got headaches. Took a pill for my headaches, now I'm got heart issues. Took some ointment. Took some ointment, now I'm got a rash. Then they gave me another ointment for the rash. And now I'm got a cyst. Non-cancerous, benign. Then I got the cyst removed. Now I got lymphatic system issues. Then they gave me surgery for the lymphatic system. Now that's messing with my skin and my foot. I don't know. They would fix something and it causes issues somewhere else. And then when some people break down, like there was this woman who had a specific surgery. They gave her surgery on her stomach and they moved one part to another. They did surgery on the part where when your body digests, bile is secreted, and this bile breaks down your food so that it can properly be passed through the intestines. But they did surgery on that part and moved it somewhere else. And they told her to change her diet and eat meat. How do you do surgery on the part of the body so the food is no longer gonna go through that system where the bile is secreted? It has to go through somewhere else. And I'm like, his explaining the surgery and what it does and the diet that they told her to go on. I'm like, are they trying to kill her? Meat in itself is already difficult for the body to break down, especially melanated people. The Caucasians have more acid in the stomach, more acid in the stomach lining, something like that. You'd have to fact check me. Fact check all of this stuff. I don't mind. Just don't be rude in the comments. That I do mind. Disrespect I mind. Holistic doctors, the thing is, holistic doctors can't tell you, I think by law, they can't tell you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't. If a doctor said, take this prescription, by law, a holistic doctor can't tell them to stop taking that prescription. They can only help them with the diet change and then tell them to frequently go get checked up by that doctor. But they will, the doctors will take you off that medication if you no longer need it. So if you're being healed on your side and you keep going getting checkups and your body's healing, they're going to take you off. But the thing is, if what they're doing, if the practices aren't helping you and it's constantly deteriorating you, they're going to give you a pill for the issue that one pill is causing. So they're going to give you a pill. It's turn a hole in your stomach or whatever. Let's just say we're making up stuff right now. It turns a hole in your stomach. Then again, they give you another pill to regenerate your cells. But if that pill is helping regenerating your cells, then those minerals or the elements that your body is using up to regenerate your stomach lining, that's coming. That pill's taking stuff from your body from one place to focus it to another place, if that makes sense. Because it doesn't come out of nowhere. It has to use what your body already has, and then say that part of your body dries out because your pills don't really have it's like no regulation. Like if I was to take hibiscus, my body could automatically be like, okay, that's too much. We don't need that much, so we're gonna store the rest. But when it comes to pills, there's no regulation, so you can simply overdose when you take pills. And then okay, we're on our second pill, then it's drying out your kidneys. Then they take something to restore your kidneys, and then now you're 5-6 pills in. It's not funny. It's not funny. I don't know why I do this. It's not funny at all. But it's ironic because it's like there's laws around. Holistic doctors can't tell the patients don't take these pills, even if it's killing them. You can't say don't take these pills. Then they call the oldest medicine on the planet Earth, these plants, the original medicine, but they change it to alternative medicine is a form of reverse psychology. They have like these restrictions on plants, like it's like they're making plants illegal or something like that, or using plant medicine illegal, so that the it's like they're trying to monopolize the pharmacy. It's like they're trying to what's it called? Monopolize the drug industry. Making you sick while they're trying to treat you. They never say cure, they say treat. They use the words wisely. Why do they never cure illnesses and whatnot? Why they say we don't cure diseases? They always say treat it. I don't want it to be treated. I want it to be gone. It's like treating a cough. It's like you're managing it. The cough doesn't go away. You just you're treating it. You're treating it to dinner or something. You treat yourself to dinner. But when you cure something, you're healing. There's healing going on. But what does treating mean? And when you're sick, your body automatically is in a low frequency. You may still be able to communicate with God. God is the one that is all powerful, all knowing, all capable, all forgiving, omnipotent, omnipresent God. It's just I don't want to say we're closed off to God. It's like God has access to us, but our connection is weak. It's like you're on your phone and you're in a tunnel and you're breaking up. Hello, can you? That's what being sick is like when you're trying to be connected to God. Your connection is weak. It's like a hoarder, and you're trying to walk through the door, but there's stuff in the can't walk through the door. You can't walk in and out of the house as you please because there's all this junk everywhere. You can't get to your room. You can't get to your bed with ease. You can't get to the bathroom with ease because there's all this junk in your way. How are you supposed to walk through the house? And there's junk everywhere. There's stuff all over the floor. You're tripping all over the place. You can't open up doors. You could barely sleep in your bed. There's stuff in your bed. Where do you sleep? How do you move throughout this house? That's like eating junk and your blood's trying to move throughout your body. Your body's not oxygenated. How is oxygen supposed to get to your brain? How can God have a seat in his throne if there's junk everywhere? The pineal gland is the seat of God. That's God's throne, pineal gland, in the center of the mind. That's what they call the eye of Horus, because it looks like it. The seat of God. All this junk is all over the place. All this plaque on your arteries. All this trash in your lymphatic nodes. Fluids not properly flowing throughout your body. Oxygen and blood's not properly flowing throughout your body. God's energy can't properly flow throughout your body because you got junk all up in there. Can't even think properly. You're short of breath. What's worse, eating unhealthy or smoking cigarettes? Because like both got your lungs weak. One shrivels up your lungs and the other one has all this mucus on your what is it, bronchioli or bronchi? All this mucus up on your chest. Up in your chest. Nasal pathway is all clogged up. How you supposed to breathe? when the environment within is toxic. How you supposed to manifest when your life force is weak? When you're low vibrational, when you're at a low frequency, always. That's one thing that they don't teach in the Book of Secrets. What was it called? Is it just called The Secret? They don't talk about diet. If I remember correctly, it's mostly just the power of the mind. But if manifestation involves the power of the mind, how can you manifest if the mind has no power? The currency is not the currency throughout your body is weak. There's no current flowing throughout your body, in your house. The only thing that's running is your mouth. Brain shut down. Lungs are clogged up. Backed up for days. Your curling's backed up for days. Joints are rusted. Creaking. all you did was stand up. Walking and it's cracking. Reading. Clogged up, backed up. Mind, your thoughts are foggy. You're lethargic, tired all the time, listless, heavy. That's not living. You're just getting by. Wondering why you feel so behind. You can't keep up with yourself. You can't catch up. Because you're energy deficient. You're probably iron deficient, magnesium deficient. You're probably deficient. The doctors go for diagnostics. And it's a bit different for melanated people because the hospital, the system that the hospital runs off of is culminated to a different race. Everything's adjusted to, they say, a white, middle-aged old man, which is the average. They say that's average. So you could be sick. The reading will say you're fine, but it's like you have to adjust everything based off of your body. No, I'm not too sure how to do that per se, but I am aware that of that. Like I said, fact check me. Don't take all this take all this with a grain of salt. It was just something that was on my mind. It's all cohesive. everything is cohesive. We segregate everything, divide everything within ourselves. I mean, it's all cohesive. Everything's holistic. Everything matters. Even what you wear matters, because the skin has feelings too. But you can't get away from polyester. It's everywhere. You just have to really take before you buy your clothes. And I say polyester because it's man-made. It's synthetic. It's synthetic material. Things like 100% cotton, silk, and all that type of stuff. Wool. Some people are allergic to wool, so you have to be careful. And some people are allergic to latex and whatnot. I know I'm allergic to fake material, like latex and stuff, and fake metals. You would barely ever see me wearing earrings because if it's not real, I'm not wearing it. If it's not real metal, I can't wear it. It makes my ears break out. It makes my skin break out. And I haven't even gotten into what we put into our hair, what we put on our skin. It's very difficult to live a flawless life. You'd have to be very intentional with the things that you put in your body, on your body, things you eat, the things you wear, things you listen to. I haven't gotten into programming and music is a form of chanting. Chanting is another way of saying like a mantra or an affirmation, when you affirm, when you claim something. These are also forms of prayers, things that you call on to yourself. It's all cohesive. But I keep it love and light over here. Love and God. Those are my main topics, self-love and God. Because no matter what angle I look at or what I think about or what road I go down, whether it's business, finances, family, career, hobby, self-care, fitness, self-love and God is always a point that I get to. There's always a point I reach. Because what is a relationship between either friends, family, your spouse, without God? What is a job, a career, a hobby without God? You need God to clarify your purpose. You need God to give your relationship direction. You need God for clarity. You need God for strength and patience. You need God for enlightenment. Because dark days happen. And God is the light. Now, there are a lot of people that have not experienced certain levels of life. So they may mock people who eat healthy and exercise and believe in spirituality or believe in God. I don't know how. Oh, there are believers. I think the believers, or they say they are, who talk down on people who are spiritual or bad mouth people who practice witchcraft, which is just utilizing the powers that God gave to you for manifestation. Those powers are here for us to utilize. The energies that surround us, the magnetism, the cosmos, the vibration, the frequency, all of that is around us and that is within us, and that symbiotic relationship that we have with the energies around us, those are our tools. Those are there for a reason. We are meant to alchemize. They are here for us to use, for us to utilize. It's holistic. How do you have religion without spirituality? How do you abide by God's law without witchcraft? How do you feel beautiful if your mind's not beautiful as well? You gotta be holistically beautiful. Your heart's gotta be light as a feather. And in order for your heart to be light as a feather, you have to eliminate stress. You gotta cure yourself of hate. You have to cure yourself of jealousy, envy, lack. You have to cure yourself of fear. We wasn't made to be fearful. We wasn't made to be full of fear. Because these things, fear, hate, jealousy, anger, they cause dis-ease. You don't feel easy when your heart is strained. When your heart is strained, your shoulders are up to your ears. When you're mindful and you tell your body to relax, you see how far your shoulders drop. Notice that you was holding your breath. Notice that you're short of breath. Why? Because there's stress in your body. You're holding stress in your body. You're holding all this trash in your body. This trash is not just what you eat, it's also how you feel. It's the feelings that you address and the feelings that you ignore and try to avoid. It's the thoughts that you try to put in the back of your mind, but they keep resurfacing. You can't avoid your feelings. You can't avoid your thoughts. You can't run away from yourself because you're always going to run back into yourself. You can't travel to become a new person. You have to become. If you travel, you're taking yourself with you. You're only taking yourself with you. You have to deal with yourself. You have to face yourself. No, I said I wasn't going to be on her long. I wasn't trying to be on her long. I started this by saying I was on a live and I was watching this beautiful woman. Absolutely beautiful. She lives up to her name. Flawless living. Everything about her is flawless. The skin, the hair, the smile. She was sitting here drinking juice in a bottle that had crystals at the bottom of the bottle. Crystals that she charges. I think you charge your crystals in the moon. You can also moonbathe, sunbathe, I believe. And you fact check me. The moon charges the spirit and the sun charges the body. She was drinking living fluids. Everything was just living. She was eating dried mangoes, probably sun-dried. And she reminded me why I do what I do. No matter what road I went on, I always ended up having to face myself and God. So I start to talk a lot about self-love. Talk a lot about the relationship that you have with yourself and God. And those two things will always lead you down the right path. Self-love and the relationship that you have with God. And the relationship that you have with God is not a relationship that requires an audience. When I talk about God and bring God to the forefront, post about God, that is to bring other people on. That's 1, to find people who are like-minded. 2, to weed away the people who don't believe in God, because I don't need them around. 3, for the people who are struggling to find a way, or who need to be reminded. I give friendly reminders to embody the word of God and to love yourself. Those two things will always lead you down the right path, lead you down the straight path. And everybody's path is tailor-made to themselves, to your own destiny. The path that you take is supposed to guide you down, to lead you to your own destiny. You can't hop on somebody else's road and think that you're going to be successful. You're not going to be happy because you ran against your own soul purpose. You're denying yourself success when you try to follow somebody else's blueprint. You can follow a general blueprint. There are general blueprints, but you have to find who you are. You have to face yourself and discover who you are, not discover part of me. Because you didn't go nowhere. You're still you. When you look at your hand, that should be you. As far as I'm concerned, you can't trade bodies yet. So you need to discover yourself, discover who you are, what your purpose is, what lights you up, what brings you joy, what are you good at. If money wasn't an issue, what would you do every day for the rest of your life? And if you can get paid doing that, then perfect. It's all cohesive. It's all connected. Everything is connected. Only when you enter into somebody else's world do they divide everything. And then when you try to bring it all together, it's like putting together a puzzle of 1,000,000 pieces. And then you find out, okay, you look at this piece, you study this piece, and then you find out that this is just one big picture. I just want God to win. God was like, bet. The devil was like, I bet you that I can make your children turn on you and serve me. God was like, bet. I have faith in my children. Then everybody's chosen, but few pick up, few answer the call. So the true chosen are the ones who answered the call, and those are the ones who are on the forefront. Like, this is the way to go. And every generation has the chosen people trying to tell you this is what you should be doing. Now, it's very difficult to identify what's real and what's fake. But when you got good eyes, like these Birkin bags, if you don't know, you think they look the same. They don't. They don't. Realize. It's very difficult to tell who to listen to. Especially when you have narcissists who don't have a personality or their own identity, and they siphon energy off of other people, and then they mimic. They regurgitate the chosen. They mimic or copy the chosen, so you can't really tell who's who. The demons, the devils, the leeches, cockroaches, the narcissists, they siphon energy. And they simulate themselves so they look like everybody else. They look around at people's facial expressions to see what face they should be making. Some of them are greater narcissists, so they tend to know how to, what tone of voice to use and what situation, what moment, to what person, what facial expressions. If you go to a sympathetic person, you always have a sob story, you always have a victim story. If you're looking for validation, you always go to an empath, and you make it seem like, you try and make them feel sorry for you. Like, it's, they and some people, as they grow older, they practice this craft. So it becomes easier as they grow up and mature into a low narcissist, from a little narcissist to an older narcissist. Then the older they become, the more difficult it would be able to tell if they're a narcissist or not, especially from a distance. Sometimes from a distance they look like good people. And they always need a crowd, which is another reason why it's difficult, because the chosen need a crowd too. They actually need a crowd, because it's better to heal people in groups than it is one at a time. It takes more energy to heal people one at a time, but sometimes you need to have damn focus groups. And some people, they need that focus group, so it's like king of kings or queen of queens, whereas like you only have a handful of people, and those people speak to groups of people, and you only speak to the king of kings. You only speak to the leaders of leaders. Those are the most valuable people, the leaders who lead other leaders. And then delegate. And those leaders go to groups. They have their own groups. It'll be easier to weed out narcissists if it's like, if you have focus groups, if you have small groups. Even the best of us can't really decipher or differentiate between a narcissist and a real one. Some of them are really good. You know, flattery it lowers your guard, it lowers your defenses, and then you become blind to the intentions or the hidden agenda. Sometimes you can feel it right away, because it's even a narcissist, it becomes exhausting being somebody else. It's gotta be exhausting to be somebody else and pretending to be something that you're not. And the company that you keep around you is important too. When you clean up your life, you're not even gonna want certain people around you. You're gonna be allergic to fake people. You're gonna be allergic to haters. You're gonna be allergic to people who never have it together. People who are chaotic on the inside and out. They just attract chaos and trauma. Nothing they do or say makes sense, or they'll walk in contradiction. You just naturally want to stay away from them people, as you should. They will lower your vibration. They will stress you out. The problems become your problems. And you can't take care of people who are empty vessels, because they always need a refill, and who's gonna fill you up? You need a refill too. And they're not gonna fill you up. They're just gonna take the energy guzzlers. A pure life isn't just a diet. It's your mind, it's the music you listen to, it's what you put on your skin, it's what you put in your mouth, it's what you wear, it's who you keep around you, what you do on a regular basis. Beauty is holistic. That's why, I've been making day planners. I've been making planners or year planners since I was in middle school. I think I made my first one when I was in middle school. I've gotten to a point where my planner doesn't have a date. Doesn't have dates, doesn't have months, doesn't have a year. Because you never know. God has his own plans. God has his own plans. So it don't even make sense to have date and month and all this type of stuff. Sometimes things don't happen the way that you planned them to be. So I have a plan. I'm creating something. I'm building something. I have a planner where it's not. What would you even call it? It's more aligned with God's plan than it is mine. Yeah. It's gonna even have 13 months in it. A 13-month calendar. A planner that's more aligned with God's plan than it is mine. Because God's plan is the master plan. And I rather align my life to God's plan than whatever measly, obsolete plan that I had in mind. But I'm gonna get off this thing. When you think you have it all figured out, you reach another level and you realize how little you know. I will never claim to know everything. But I do claim to be a forever student. To be forever a student. Always learning. I'm always willing to learn. I'm a curious mind, and I don't shy away from correction. I do not believe I am above correction. But I do not accept disrespect. For those who get offended at information that's outside of what you know, the chosen are only here to make you aware. What you do with that information is your business. This was Lioness Dynasty. Oh, pardon me. I am going to put this on my Lioness Dynasty page. But this is your host, Queenshipt. Signing off and wishing you a good day. Peace.